Welcome back, everybody. Life has changed a lot during this pandemic in big and small ways. Some bigger things include job changes and even job loss. So today we are going to tackle the legal aspects of those changes. Al Spiegel is an attorney with McLerio, Helm, Bertling & Spiegel. Hey, Al.
Hey, good morning and happy birthday, Molly.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Let's talk a little bit about this pandemic and how it's affected things for you.
Well, it certainly looks a little different at our office. You know, we have a lot of things where we're going out to people's car, we're doing phone conferences and Zoom conferences to accommodate people. But really, business continues to go. A lot of people are thinking about their legal documents now that their garages are clean and they don't have anything else to do around the house. So people are kind of getting into those things that they've been putting off for years. So we've been blessed to stay very busy and being able to help a lot of people during this time.
I am glad to hear that. And some of that paperwork is so important, and it's just something that we put off and never quite get to. So I'm happy to hear that people are taking advantage of this time to do things like that. What about people who are changing jobs during this pandemic? What are you doing to help them make sure that their legal affairs are in order as they make a change?
Sure. Well, you know, we think about people changing jobs, and I think the most important thing to remember is when you change jobs, that job change affects the whole family. It's not just the one employee who's involved in the situation, but it's their spouse, their kids, you know, other people that are sort of in their close circle of influence. So what I tell people is the three things you really want to think about as you change jobs is you want to think about benefits. You know, what benefits did you have that you're going to be losing? What benefits are you getting? And how is that going to transition? Because sometimes we have benefits that we continue for 60 days or a certain period of time after the job ends. So think about what the benefit situation is going to be. Think about beneficiaries. So who do I have named on different plans as beneficiaries? Does that need to change? Do I need to fill out a new form to do that? For example, you leave a company and they have a 401k plan, and when you leave you're going to put that into an IRA plan. Do you need to redo beneficiaries, and how should you do that? And then finally, it's a good time to blow the dust off the old legal documents and see if there's any changes that are necessary for that. A lot of times we relocate when we change jobs. A lot of times our relationships change. You know, maybe your person you've sat at the desk next to is someone who's listed on your legal documents, and you got to rethink that. Maybe it stays the same, but it's just a good time to reevaluate because it's such a big change for the employee and for their entire family.
And it affects so many things, too. Some great points there. What about for people who stay with the same company? So the employer is the same, but their job or their job responsibilities or duties, perhaps, or title even change.
Sure, and I think that's a situation where you really want to think about those benefits, because a lot of people, you know, maybe they're going from part-time to full-time or full-time to part-time or switching into a different role where the things that they're receiving as compensation, whether it's pay or whether it's different opportunities they have for health insurance, life insurance, anything like that, those things are changing. So you really want to sit down and consider all of those things in a thoughtful way. Sometimes we get a new job or we change job or job titles and we just kind of go to HR and spend 5 minutes and sign everything they ask us to sign. But those are big decisions that can affect a lot of things in a lot of different situations. So we want to be mindful about that and spend some time thinking about how it incorporates with our overall financial and estate plan.
What about for those people who've lost a job during this time? What are the legal concerns specifically to people in that situation?
Sure. Well, one thing that we see a lot for people who are losing their jobs and are going to have a period of unemployment is you really want to take advantage of whatever benefits you have while you still have them. I know we have a lot of clients at the firm who work for places that have legal plans that cover them to get some legal things done. So we've had a lot of people say, boy, I've had this legal plan forever, it's going to end in 15 days, I got to get my will done or my trust done or whatever it is. And likewise with, you know, health or dental coverage, maybe you can get some checkups in before that transition happens, so that if you have a month or 2 months or whatever it is between jobs, that isn't going to be a stressful time when things have been left undone that are going to compound.
What about the class of 2020 graduates? They seem so young, and they are young, but there are certain legal things that even young people should consider, right?
Absolutely. Well, and the first thing, and the thing I preach over and over again, is they got to get powers of attorney. You got to have a health care power of attorney, and you got to have a financial power of attorney. Because if you're an adult in the state of Wisconsin and something happens and you don't have capacity, your parents don't have the legal authority to do anything with you any more than they have the legal authority to help your neighbor through a complicated situation. So that's piece of advice number one, legal document-wise. But again, piece of advice number two is to think about those benefits. You know, you're a young person, you're signing up for your new job, you go to HR and they say, okay, we provide this base life insurance, or we have these different options for health insurance. Really get with someone who's wiser, who understands those plans, and have a thoughtful conversation about, okay, what should I be doing with this? Now that I have this life insurance benefit, where do I want it to go? Should I incorporate some kind of a legal plan with that, where I'm going to set up a will or a trust to manage those assets? A lot of people, you know, most people coming out of high school don't have families that they so much need to provide for, but they want to think about what they would want to do in the event something happens, as far as, do I want to provide for charities? Should it be nieces and nephews or cousins or whatever is important to you? So there's a lot of big decisions that get made, sometimes without a whole lot of thought, because it's a time of so much transition and so much excitement. So be thoughtful in those situations.
Really good advice, Al. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate your time.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too. And I want to mention that right now estate plans are 25% off in the month of June for current clients and previous clients. The attorneys at McClario, Helm, Bertling, and Spiegel are also offering free powers of attorney help for high school seniors. We just talked about that, when their families create estate plans. And finally, take their estate plan quiz for your chance to win a DoorDash gift card. Go to McClario.com or call the office to set up a free consultation. The numbers on your screen, 262-251-4210.